For the last half-decade, the New York Empire have dominated the UFA East Division. And now, in a transformative year for the league, it's time for a new franchise to ascend to the throne. It will be either the Boston Glory or the DC Breeze punching their ticket to championship weekend for the first time here tonight in the East Division Championship game. As it looks like DC gonna mix up their coverages here this afternoon. As Jasper Tom leaves his feet and we have the first turnover of the game. Tom gets it back. A crossover here for Jacques Nissen, playing 2 points in a row. Double team is on, looking for help, and he calls a timeout right in front of his end zone. What a play by perhaps the shortest player on the field, Jasper Tom. Historically, DC has been so good in the red zone. This year, they've had their troubles. Roy has the open man. Gus Norbaum, DC is up a break. And Boston really able to take advantage and get some early, clean, easy holds. DC not quite with the personnel, but here we go. Deep shot here, testing his man, and a great dime dropped in there to Jeff Babbitt. What a throw by Tyler Chan, getting an over Reese Bergeron there for the score.
The home side here.
And he made the same code as Nissen, that almost upline cut from the front of the stack. Contested throw, and a great job by Bonet to track that one down. I believe that was McCann there playing defense on him. Floating up to Bonet, and he jumps in for the score.
I think that every time I've come and see him play, whoever they put on Ben, it gets a little physical with him.
Another important player for the Glory. Well, more on him later. David Bloodgood ripped that one away. Oh my, just took it away from
I thought that was a completion when I saw it, and my first thought was that's the kind of throw that DC is going to be okay with them throwing. And then David just finishes the play.
And now the deep shot to Grovic against Babbitt. Babbitt showing why he's the former league MVP. See how that's a difference. Here's Carapella.
Okay,
three minutes to go.
They might like the longer mark on Sadok.
As the throw to the end zone, Boston gets the hold after a long point. He had that nice throw to Babbitt earlier, and Jasper Tom once again makes another great read. Jumps the cut, gets the D, and now DC is off and running.
Boston needs to start communicating on those resets.
Tom to Rafis. DC has another break.
And the speedster there coming out. I mean, you always know Luke Rafis is good for a little track running, and there also for a little good celebration. I mean,
Babbitt makes a strong cut to get open on Bergeron. One more and a one-handed grab there by Johnson Go. Sizing up for a hammer. Now goes for the OI flick to Babbitt. Take it away, knocked down by defense.
That's the kind of throw that Lauren Boyle was talking about at the beginning of the game, where it's so hard to catch and take adjusting.
That one knocked away by Peter Berth. We're going to say his name quite a bit. He gets the assist on this point, and just like that, Boston gets a break back to start the second.
Yeah, and playing hard in the backfield. I think that if you're Boston, that's something that you can rely on. We can go and we can start playing tight in the backfield and start pressuring some more of these resets that aren't for gaining yards. Because
players are rising to the moment now here early. Nissen has an open Bonet. It floats perfectly, drops down, and Bonet just unable to drop in. His heels must have touched the line. Looking for the assist. Oh no, knocked down. An ill-advised throw. Stall count was getting high. Gustav Haflin gets the block in the end zone. Vertical stack.
And it's that next throw that's missing again. And here they go in the backfield. What a save by Ben Sadok. Incredible layout grab in the back.
Thought to be a turn, and then Sadok sends it back to his man. Merriman is there, trying to box out their guy. Two tall guys for the Glory, and it's Cable who comes down with it. Teams calling for fouls on both sides. Merriman talking with Babbitt. The officials waved it off. I didn't see a goal call. This is DC's D-line trying to punch in a hold for the Breeze. Merriman to Grovic, teammates through the years. As Grovic gets it back as a reset to McCutcheon. Grovic's wide open. They won't throw it to him. And now they do. Bergeron with the scooper over to Grovic. And DC with the hold
but quite the point and one that you'll want to circle in this game. Offense.
But the throwing yards are a little low for him today. You know, he's been doing a good job being a little more balanced this year, and that's the piece that's missing, like we've been talking about.
Malks winds up for a big throw, looking to Cole Jurek, calling his name for the first time in this game, as Monroe floats it to Jurek. Another risky throw in the same spot of the end zone. Sadope with 18 assists in his last 3 games. Possession-oriented handler, as Bloodgood gets a second D in this game.
Only counts for one, though, right? He got it twice, only counts for one. But you can see why he's such a good handler defender there. He baits it, and he has just enough space to know if they hang this up, I can go and get it.
Big OI flick over to Grovic. Waiting for cuts. Bergeron leaps in for the score. DC with their 3rd break of the game.
And running and gunning. You know, that's what you want to see if you're a DC fan.
There's Babbitt, who just had it off the reset. Topher Davis has crossed over onto this line. Carapella sending this one to the end zone. Knocked down. Great play there by the rookie Jace Dean, getting a block in his end zone. Colton, another interesting matchup there on Malks. Really athletic guy that can force some pressure and put Malks in some tough situations. Great cut by McDonald to Malks. 3 percentage points lower in the postseason than what we've seen throughout his career in the playoffs. And another one! David Bloodgood snatching them away here today in the handler space. That's his 3rd.
And that's kind of my point. Like, you can get away with that when you got David Bloodgood 3 Ds on the day in the backfield.
And he looking for the assist bookends, but knocked away. Great job by jumping that throw. One that maybe floated a little bit too much. And Topher, Troy Holland to Tom.
And DC's not going to use their timeout here. You know, they already used one so far for the second half. Oh, my God.
Making sure that that one didn't squeeze on into Merriman. Orion Cable. Here's Babbitt on the up line, covered by Bergeron. You see DC gas defensively. A lot of switches, and it finally breaks through. Does Carapella tow it down? He's in.
That's as pretty of a catch as you'll ever see.
Long point goes. Floaty up to Nissen. Still time. 7 seconds. Roy has it. Hammer to Merriman. Merriman's going to have to be the one to send it. And he does. Babbitt is there. So is Lenahan. And Babbitt snatches it from the stratosphere to keep DC off the board. Jurek. Covered by Lenahan. Goes to the end zone, tight throw, and a nice grab for the score. Johnny Malks.
If DC can get Boston lose 20 yards, he's going to keep this offense on the field. I can't help but think that that's to their advantage. Every second that ticks away is another chance that Boston doesn't have to come back.
Sadope goes to the end zone, and he gets it on the break side. Celebration there by Topher Davis, trying to will.
And I think that for Boston, that's a good defensive set. You know, like, all right, well, then throw it deep. You know, like, if you don't want to, we want to try to make you do it.
Floaty backhand to Andrew Roy. Jock Nissen with the break throw. DC with the hold. The lead is 3. And DC, no urgency to try and look downfield. They're taking the easy throws all the way. Boston's gas, so they're giving up the underneath space with ease. Taking their time, working it down. McCutcheon to Holland, another break. And that one could be the point. That could be the backbreaker that gets DC a ticket. Clock ticking down, a floaty one. And grab just shy of the goal line. The outside throw to Babbitt, and Babbitt has it. So I think that's an integrity call. I think that's what the officials went there on the integrity call. There by Browning. At least that's what the officials signaled. Jurek gets it in a tight space and throws to Malks. DC's offense makes it look easy at times. Boston needs to have some urgency here. Sadok goes to the end zone. Cable's the target. He has 2 Breeze defenders on him. It doesn't matter. Cable pulls it down over the crowd.
And that's what you want to see, Boston, right? Like, let's put it up. Let's start putting it up to the big guys. They can do this easily for another 2 minutes.
And typically, not what fans like to see, but they were cheering it on as a turnover on the mark. Cole Jurek got point blocked on a lofty throw. Break chance here. Boston trying to go quickly. Babbitt left open. McDonald comes to cover him. Chan. MVP on MVP. A hammer to the opposite side. Rocco Linehan has a break. And now Boston is within 2 with a minute 40. They'll put on the double team. Nissen just going to the end zone. Going for the exclamation point to Jeff Wodach. Wodach! Oh, he's just shy of the goal. Jumping in for the score. Oh no, Johnny Malks once again, DC denied by the paint on the turf. This time they score, and that is the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
At a minute 11. Sadok going to the end zone, looking for Cable. Yes, he's in. That's what you need.
We got Jeff Babbitt lurking in the far back corner there, like a lion, just pacing back and forth.
You don't need any seats in this stadium as everyone is on their feet. Babbitt going up, knocked out. Oh, the second chance, couldn't get there. Steng Osborne went to the end zone. And now DC, they just need 2 completions and it's over. Here's one to Grovic. They'll need 1 more. The throw back to McCutcheon, and that's it. After a decade of disappointment and heartbreak, the DC Breeze are flying to championship weekend.
Thank you, Breeze fans, for attending tonight's game. Don't forget to check the seating area.
That image of Rowan and Lauren, I mean, you have Rowan McDonald who's been down here, and he's been working, and he's been...
But this is a moment here for the Breeze. Will, take it away.
Will Smolinski down here on the field with Rowan McDonald. This has been a long time coming for you, man. You've been here so many times, so close so many times. This season, you guys come in, brand new head coach, replacing Daryl Stanley, who's a legend here. You're missing incredible players like Christian Boxley, Musa John. I think there are a lot of question marks, especially after Salt Lake going there and losing. I mean, what does this mean for you guys to come through all that, be here tonight, and come out with a win?
Yeah, I mean, you named it. It's just Lauren comes in and set up the season for success late. Daryl did a fantastic job building the program, and Lauren said, we're not going to peak in week 1. We're going to be as good as possible down the stretch, and that sacrificed some growing pains, but we got here in the end. Hats off to her, and shout out, of course, to the Breeze organization. From the top, Ty, and second in command, Sean. They work so hard for the players, and they get the players to buy in so hard. People work really hard for this team. My teammates out in February working doubles. It's just unbelievable how much sacrifice that went into this from the top down.
Yeah, and I think looking at how many people are here tonight, I mean, this is by far the biggest crowd I've ever seen for a Frisbee game. Your contribution to that in the DC scene has been absolutely critical.
Yeah, it takes a village. You know yourself, you built up a ton. All these kids on our team play for you in Arlington. And in our sport, it's such a niche community that you have to do your job. You know, you play, you learn, and you share with the next generation. And that next generation won us this game. AJ steps up, Jock steps up, his city. And these players that I used to coach, you know, now as I get older and slower, they're taking these huge roles, and they're pushing us forward. I don't have to do anything anymore, and it's so lovely.
Now, it's a tough question. Okay, when I saw that you were playing for Dig, I thought it was a joke at first for the club scene for USA Ultimate. You know, I think that's going to beg the question from a lot of people. Like, is that it for you in DC?
Yeah, well, I love my teammates. You know, they mean the world to me. But Roxbury is like, they're my family, and they all live up there. So I'm going to spend some time in New Hampshire and Maine and Connecticut. You know, Danny, Sarah, Chad, Steph, and Warren. And really just invested in family time because I've been so focused on my own mission here in DC. Do I play Breeze? Probably. I shook Ty's hand one day and said, if you're owner, I'm playing. we'll make it work. Ty, you might have to pay me, but hopefully I get a good agent and land a good deal.
It has been an absolute pleasure to see you develop. I can't wait to see what you guys do at championship weekend. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team.
All right.
Back up to you guys over the booth.